I never thought a rosemary plant could spark a war, but that's exactly what happened when our HOA sent armed enforcers to our home in the dead of night. What they didn't know was that my wife, Sarah, is a retired Delta Force operative with a sniper's precision and a warrior's resolve. This is the story of how our family fought back against a power-hungry HOA tyrant named Linda, and it's a tale that'll make you question who runs your neighborhood. It all started innocently enough. We just moved into our new home in a quiet suburban cul-de-sac, hoping for a fresh start. Sarah planted a small rosemary pot by our mailbox the day we arrived. "It's grounding," she said, her eyes scanning the street like she was still on a mission. Tom, a former Air Force mechanic, thought it was just a plant. Our daughter, Emily, 16, glued to her phone, didn't care as long as the Wi-Fi worked. We were ready for peace. Or so I thought. A week later, a letter slid under our door. No stamp, just stark white paper with bold text. Violation notice. HOA Rule 14.2, unauthorized flora. Sarah read it and said, "They're testing us." I laughed it off. "It's a plant, not a bomb." Emily, munching cereal, muttered, "This is dumber than a TikTok ban." But Sarah's jaw tightened. She taped the letter to the fridge like a battle plan. 2 days later, a second letter arrived with a grainy night photo of our rosemary. Someone was watching. Sarah didn't flinch. "They're building a profile." I told her to relax. HOAs aren't the CIA. She shot back, "You'd be surprised." Then Linda appeared. No knock, just a sharp figure in a navy blazer, clutching a clipboard like a weapon. "Morning," she said, voice dripping with fake cheer. "Your rosemary violates aesthetic uniformity. It's a liability." Sarah smirked. "Liability? Tell me, Linda, how many bees have sued you?" Linda's smile froze. "The board has decided. Comply or face consequences." She left without another word. That night, Sarah ran Emily through drills in the backyard, crawling under tarps, dodging imaginary tripwires. Emily groaned. "This is so extra." Sarah didn't blink. "Extra keeps you alive." I watched from the porch, uneasy. Was this about a plant or something bigger? The third letter brought a $200 fine. The fourth warned of enforcement action. The fifth was a red sticker on our door. Final warning. Sarah opened a locked case in the garage, revealing gear I hadn't seen since her deployment days. She didn't open it, but the message was clear: she was ready. At 2:17 a.m., the world shifted. The dog went silent. Street lights flickered. Then I heard boots, 4 pairs heavy, moving with purpose across our lawn. Sarah whispered, "Amateurs." From the window, I saw them, 4 figures in tactical vests, moving like they'd watched too many action movies. Emily, clutching her phone, started recording. "This is insane," she hissed. Sarah was already in motion, slipping into the shadows of the mudroom. The lead enforcer pounded the door. "HOA compliance check. Open immediately." I froze, but Sarah stepped onto the porch, calm as death. "Compliance?" she said, eyeing their cheap gear. "Your vests are knockoffs, and your formation's a mess." The leader bristled. "Vacate or re-escalate." Sarah tilted her head. "Escalate to what?" "A PowerPoint?" Before he could answer, she vanished into the bushes. Then the sprinklers erupted, not with water, but with powdered chalk. A white cloud engulfed the team, blinding them. Sarah dropped from a tree, disarming one with a single strike. Zip ties flashed. 2 were down in seconds. Emily whispered, "Mom's a badass." The leader radioed for backup, but Sarah was faster. She triggered a rigged net, trapping another. The last enforcer raised a taser, but Sarah's garden rake sent it flying. In minutes, 4 men sat zip-tied on our porch, coughing in chalk dust. Emily's video captured it all. But the real shock was their clipboard, satellite images of our yard, our schedules, even Emily's bus route. Handwritten notes marked, "Phase 1 contact. Phase 2, eviction. Phase 3, acquisition. Sarah's voice was ice. This isn't about Rosemary. They want control. By dawn, we were digging. Sarah hacked the HOA server, uncovering a trail of laundered dues funding. Sentinel Security, a fake company Linda controlled. Budget logs showed millions funneled to drones, cameras, and tactical gear. Worse, we found redacted files on relocations, families forced out for minor infractions. Linda wasn't just strict, she was running a suburban dictatorship. We fought back with the truth. Sarah edited Emily's footage into a documentary-style video, overlaying HOA financials and audio of Linda's voice from a leaked board meeting. Non-compliance justifies removal. We uploaded it anonymously. Within hours, it had 80,000 views. Neighbors shared it, whispering about Linda's security team. A local news station ran a segment, blurring our faces but not her voice. The internet exploded, calling it HOA Gate. Linda countered fast. An email blasted the neighborhood. Last night's drill was a planned safety exercise. Lot 42 cooperated fully. Disregard misinformation. She gaslit the block, framing us as willing participants. Neighbors who'd cheered our video now avoided us. A casserole dish we'd lent was returned dirty, with no note. Flyers appeared, branding us troublemakers. One read, Lot 42 endangers harmony. Support HOA action. Emily found a duplicate in a friend's mailbox. They're turning on us, she said, voice shaking. Sarah didn't waver. She built a second video, splicing Linda's lies with unedited raid footage and Sentinel's payment trail. A final shot showed our Rosemary, still standing, with text, Who controls your home? We uploaded it openly, claiming the fight. It hit 200,000 views in a day. The HOA called an emergency vote. Linda wasn't on the ballot. We thought we'd won. Then came the knock. Soft, deliberate. I opened the door to Linda, no clipboard, just a sweater, and that potluck smile. Tom, she said, let's talk. Sarah stood behind me, unyielding. Linda didn't flinch. You exposed me, sure. But people forget. Order endures. She offered Sarah a job running her security oversight. Sarah laughed coldly. You want me to be your thug? Linda shrugged. Or you'll see how fragile your victory is. She left with a parting shot. Power always wins. We didn't celebrate. We rewired cameras, added sensors, and trained harder. Linda vanished from the HOA, but her flyers lingered in mailboxes. Neighbors whispered about her retirement, but Sarah knew better. She's waiting, she said. One night, a drone buzzed our roof. Emily caught it on video, a new model, no HOA logo. We uploaded it titled, The Fight Isn't Over. It's at 500,000 views and counting. This wasn't just our war, it's every homeowner's. Linda's gone, for now, but power like hers doesn't quit. We hold the line, cameras rolling, Rosemary thriving. Will you? What do you think? Was Sarah's response heroic or reckless? Should we have complied to keep the peace? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your take on standing up to control freaks like Linda. Share this story if it hit home, and let's keep the conversation loud. Who's really in charge of your neighborhood?